Hello friends, good evening. This is Pinto here. I am here to explain an article that is taken from Business Standard newspaper dated on 12th January 2023. That is, India is ready to test green bond market with damage of $2 billion sale. Damage. Damage, that means introducing first time to the public. It means Government of India is going to introduce the sovereign green bond first time to the public. In this article, it is given that India is putting its first sovereign green bond on the radar of its biggest domestic asset managers, including estates, run insurance companies, pension funds companies, and the foreign investor. Okay. Let me tell you about the green bond. What is green bond? It is a debt securities which is issued to raise the fund for the environment friendly project. And the another term, that is a sovereign green bond. What this means? This means that the government is introducing the debt securities in order to raise the fund for the environment friendly project. Okay, understand the difference between green bond and the sovereign green bond. Let me move further. This green bond was first introduced by the World Bank in the year 2007 and some of the European institutions. The World Bank introduced first time for the foreign investors or the institutional investors. Okay, how much country today introduced the sovereign green bond? There are 24 countries who introduced the sovereign green bond. The market of green bond today is $111 billion. After introducing or after taking this step of Government of India, India will become the 25th country in the rank of sovereign green bond introducing country. What is the benefit of this sovereign green bond? The benefit of sovereign green bond is that it will offer some tax advantage and it also provide some incentive for investing in sustainable growth. Okay, we understand this thing. Now we will understand the which country is topped in the rank of green bond issuing country. The Hong Kong is the first rank holder in the green bond issuing country, and for the first time after the introduction of green bond in the year 2022 February, the market of green bond is reduced. Okay, moving further, what is the significance of this sovereign green bond in respect of India? The various significant, first significant is that it will help in taking the climate actions and the sustainable development goal. As you already know that in the COP26 meeting which held at Glasgow, the Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi told that we will be zero carbon emission by 2070. Then it is very necessary to take various steps by the Government of India in order to reduce the carbon emission. So in order to do these all the thing, there is a requirement of fund. So the main problem of the development countries is that from where they are going to get the fund. So it is a good step of Government of India which introduce a sovereign green bond in order to raise the fund, and that fund will be invested in the project that will be the environment friendly. Second is that India climate commitment, that is reducing carbon emission and reducing the fossil fuel by half and renewable energy, half power producing by the renewable energy. The data which is given by the power sectors, that 58% of the power is producing through the fossil fuels, 40% of the power is producing through the renewable energy, and 2% power is producing through the nuclear energy, today's data. And by 2027 we have to produce 50% of the renewable energy. then it is the requirement of the fund, again need of the fund. If the any entities which are going to get the fund or raise the fund from this green bond, for example, take example of solar module. This is a PLI, that is production link incentive scheme. That means if you are going to produce more and more power with the help of solar module, you are going to get the incentive from the government of India. Okay, if fund will increase, the solar module power will also increase. Second is that it will in domestic market development. How the domestic market will develop? Because the fund will come into the market and the domestic market will raise, because it's keep some employment to the domestic employees. Thirdly, it is a demonstrative effect on the market. How? Suppose if the government of India is going to create the bond, that is a green bond, and that bond is specifically limited to the environment friendly project. That means the company which are going to raise the fund through this, they will going to invest into the environment friendly project, and they will make the rule in such a way that will totally depend upon the environment. Okay, these are the significance for the India's. We understand that why there is a need of the sovereign bond in order to raise the fund, because we have to reduce our carbon emission by 2027 and zero carbon emission by 2070. We have the target. Okay, I have to told you some other bond in the similar fashion, that is a green bond versus blue bond. Blue bond is used to raise the fund for the environment friendly project, but that is related to the ocean. Okay, ocean related projects such as the fishery, sustainable fisheries, and the protection of the coral reefs, and reducing the acidification of the oceans, pollution control of the ocean. If you are going to raise the fund for these all the purposes, then this is a blue bond. And other is the climate bond. Climate bond is also a type of the green bond, and sometimes people prefer interchangeably green bond and the climate bond. But climate bond is specifically used for the purpose to reduce the carbon emission. That means the project which is going to reduce the carbon emission, then it can raise the fund through the climate bond. Okay, we understand blue bond, green bond, climate bond, difference between these all the bonds. Okay, now it's time to conclude. Now the purpose of introducing this green bond is to reduce the borrowing cost of the government and to mobilize the resource for the green bond or green infrastructure. And the also purpose of this is that to attract the foreign investor to the rupee denominated bond. One key word, rupee denominated bond. What do you understand by rupee denominated bond? Rupee denominated bond means, let's take an example, a company A which is raising the fund from the foreign market. Let's take example of 1 crore. Now this is a time that the $1 is equal to 80 rupees. Now the company A want to pay his loan after 2 years, and after 2 years the dollar price increased to 84. Now the company which raised the $1 crore fund from the foreign market, now his fund will become the 85 crore, from 80 crore to 85 crore. Now there is a loss of 5 crore. How these losses will be minimized? So the rupee denominated bond means if there is any changes in the rupee, that due to that change, if any losses happen to the issuer of the bond, then it will be managed by the investors. Okay, the main purpose of the government is to reduce the cost of the borrowing and to attract the foreign investor. That's all for the today. Thank you. Have a nice day.